Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a Marksman Carbine build for the tactical class in patch 12.0 Space Marine 2. Now, in patch 12, the ammo variant of the Marksman Carbine got a base damage buff, and now it has pretty much equivalent damage to the headshot multiplier version on headshots. Pretty funny that it's that strong now, but for now, I think this is the overall best variant in the game for the Marksman Carbine, and you have double the magazine capacity and over double the ammo reserves of the other option. So we'll be building around that today. Now, for the perk tree here, I do take the perk Headhunter first. Headshots will deal 10% more damage, moving here into the perk Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores your health by 10%. This perk is pretty good, definitely better on the automatic version in my opinion, because this one's just not as powerful for rapid killing, but still, triggering this is not too difficult, and having any kind of HP healing on the tactical class is very rare, so great perk. The next perk here is Home Precision. Equipped weapons maximum spread decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. This basically turns your hip fire into a laser beam, especially on the automatic version, but even on the Marksman Carbine variant, having a better hip fire can help you because usually you are in a pretty close range of an enemy, especially on Tyranids, so pretty easy to pull off. Next perk here is Divine Might for a 10% damage increase. Then I pick up the perk Headhunter and Headhunter again for a total of a 20% headshot damage increase. And then we go down here into Extended Magazine, Divine Might again, and then we pick up the ammo perks with increased capacity and the perk Magazine Restoration. When your health drops below 30%, your ammo reserve stored by a full magazine cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity. The cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, this will give us back like 40 plus shots if we do go below 30% HP, which is pretty damn good. And on this build, I am not taking Emperor's Vengeance because we really don't need it here, and this is like the only source of ammo regen we actually need on this weapon anyways, so great for this build. That's why we're picking it up today. And next two perks here are Adamantine Grip for less recoil, and the final perk is Divine Might for a 10% damage buff. Now, I will say, if you don't care about the ammo or damage that much, you could go up here instead for Cleaving Fire, Adamant Hunter into the perk Recoupment. This one does give you a drip feed of ammo, or excuse me, armor restoration, and armor restoration is just incredible in Space Marine 2, and this is the overall safer option. I just picked this one because I'm going for full damage on this build. That's pretty much all there is for the weapon tree here. Now, for my secondary weapon selection, I did take the Heroic Bolt Pistol, but you can really take whatever you want. I mean, Heavy Bolt Pistol, Plasma, these are all pretty decent, though on this build, I am taking Balanced Distribution instead of Plasma Boost, so overall, I think the Bolt Pistols are a better option. Now, for the perk tree here, we're just building for all damage. We take Great Might, perk Retaliation. After a perfect time dodge, you will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, this perk, while active, will make you deal more damage if you go like on the top tree here all the way down to Divine Might, but if you want to have higher base damage, the top tree down to things like this are better, but that is up to you. Next perk here is Iron Grip, up here into the perk Gunstrike Reload, and then I pick up the perk Divine Might again, Extended Magazine, Headhunter, and the most important perk here, Elite Hunter. After killing a Majora's level or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots will deal 50% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, this perk will trigger off a melee finisher, not just a melee kill, so keep that in mind. But to actually get the bonus here, you do have to have the secondary weapon equipped, and if you swap off of it for any reason, you will lose the bonus damage. So that is kind of unfortunate, but I did want to make sure people are aware of that. Final perk here is Headhunter, and that is pretty much all there is for the secondary selection on this one. Now, for the melee weapon selection here, you do have a few options. You could take a chainsaw in the fencing or block version if you wanted to, or you can do what I did and take a Power Gladius. Now, the Power Gladius is still the best knife in the entire game, and mainly because a heroic perk effect here, Agile Strike, just gives you a ridiculous amount of damage. After a perfect dodge, the next melee attack deals 120% more damage and can be stacked up to 3 times. Now, there's also a hidden perk effect here that means this effect will last for 1 second after the initial attack, so you can actually get that 360% damage bonus potentially on like an entire Skull Crusher, so really powerful perk here. And on Shadow Stab with the proper Auspex setup, you can just one-shot a boss, so that's why we take this one today. Now, first perk I take is Perpetual Strength, moving here into the perk Kinetic Energy. Each consecutive heavy attack increases heavy attack melee damage by 3% up to 30% for 3 seconds. Then move here into Perpetual Strength and Perpetual Strength again for even more damage. Then I pick up the perk Heavy Onslaught. Heavy attacks with this weapon deal 15% more melee damage. Now, this perk will buff up the damage of your Shadow Stab, so even better than it sounds initially. And the next perk here is Reeling Blow, which kind of sucks. But we need to take this perk to move here into the perk Shadow Stab. Replace Heavy Swing with Shadow Stab, hold the attack button to charge it, damage increases by 200% per 1 second of charging. You pretty much always take this perk on a knife because this is like the premier weapon ability of the combat knife in general. This is why its single target damage is so damn strong, and pretty much like the only thing it really has over other options like a chainsword. Now, next perk here is Tide of Battle, and the final perk is Terminus Slayer for 20% bonus damage against bosses. Though if you don't want to take this perk, you could take Extremis Slayer down here, because both of them are pretty decent options. It is up to you though, and that's pretty much all there is for the combat knife. Now for the Tacticals perk tree, I do take the newly buffed Balance Distribution. In patch 12, this has been buffed up from 10% to 15% on both the primary weapon damage bonuses and the secondary weapon damage loss. Now, the secondary weapon damage loss does kind of suck. We can kind of circumvent that with things like Relentless Pursuit and the perk here, Aligned Aim. Now, the next perk I take is Relentless Pursuit. After a gun strike, range damage increases by 25% for 10 seconds. Now, this perk got buffed up back in like patch 11 to have a 10-second uptime rather than a 5-second uptime. It is much better now. There's actually a really cool synergy with this perk and the perk over here, Emperor's Judgment, which says after a finisher, the equipped ranged weapon automatically reloads and your ranged weapons deal 20% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, this perk will trigger on a gun strike of a Minoris enemy, like a Hormigaunt and stuff like that. So if you have this perk and this perk simultaneously, you get a 45% damage bonus to your range attacks for 10 seconds on a single gun strike of Minoris. A really powerful perk synergy and very good for our Marksman Carbine, so that's why I take it here today. And you really do have the luxury of taking this perk because this weapon is so damn ammo efficient right now that you don't really need perks down here like Emperor's Vengeance at all, and the ammo restoration effects here do kind of become redundant. Now, the next perk I take is Aligned Aim. Range damage increases by 15% for all team members. This perk is really nice to have on pretty much any bolter weapon in the entire game. Obviously, the perk up here, Secure Stockpile, is better because a 60-second melt-a-bomb, crack grenade, or shock is just ridiculous in this game, but having bonus damage, I just prefer this one personally. It just feels really good to use, and bolter weapons especially benefit from this. The next perk here is Vital Data. Scanning Extremis or Terminus level enemy restores Auspex scan charged by 50%. This just gives you more Auspexes versus Extremis and Terminus, and that's usually what you want to Auspex anyways, so I think this is the overall best perk in this column. Though I will say priority targeting and even the perk here, Target Lock, are not terrible in some niche builds, but I'm just taking this one today. Now, the next two perks I take here are the classic Auspex combo with Precise Calibration and Concentrated Fire. This will give you a total of 195% bonus damage on your Auspex scan. That is incredible, and on top of that, you will also have a 60% last for longing Auspex, so having that on top of that huge damage bonus, it just means that your entire team has the opportunity to nuclear bomb a boss, or even you on your own do, because Power Gladius can one-shot bosses on Absolute with this, so a really fun option, and by far my preferred build. Though I will say, if you're playing with the new Heroic Combat Knife that has the damage on parry, Battle Focus can be better, because Battle Focus will up your riposte damage on that, so just keep that in mind. But that's pretty much all there is for the gear perk tree. Now, for the signature perk, we still take the famous Radiating Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant air effect damage in a 10-meter radius. The cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk overperforms all the time. It'll wipe out Majoris, it'll wipe out Extremis at times even, deals significant damage to bosses. You know, you don't really realize how good this perk is until you're absolutely surrounded in this game and you execute one guy and blow up the entire party, which is why this one is just the best of all the options currently. And Signal Jammer seems a huge buff, and Marked for Death, it's not horrible, it's just kind of, you know, power crept in the game currently. Now, for the Prestige perk list, I do start off with Acuity because this one gives us more headshot damage on consecutive headshots, and headshot damage is once again all that matters even on this version of the weapon, and having bonus headshot damage will help us out tremendously. Next perk here is Skilled Supplier, and reserve increases by 15%. This will boost up the ammo of both your primary and secondary. It's one of the best ammo reserve increase perks in the entire game for that reason. It also helps us solve our ammo economy even further. And the final two perks I grab are Resilience for more HP on stims, and Fortitude for a health increase of 15%, because HP increases in Space Marine 2 are pretty hard to come by, and this is also like the only survivability perk on Tactical anyways, so we do pick it up here pretty much every time. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The new Marksman Carbine buff feels really good. This gun is very entertaining to use, especially for the new Raven Guard pack. And overall, I'm actually a big fan of this weapon now. I already liked the previous Marksman Carbine, but the ammo reserve options were just not that amazing. But now we have like double the magazine capacity here. It just feels way better. It's a lot more entertaining to use for me, at least in my opinion. But that's pretty much all there is for this one, guys. If you like content like this, subscribe for more. If you want to come hang out with me live or ask me questions about the game, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch. They have a link in the video description alongside a link to my community Discord. And as always, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Bye. I don't want to bring him down yet. I'd prefer to get him there, because now we can one-shot him on the next aspect. We'll be back fairly soon. We need to skip that second reinforcement wave. Okay.
Activating all specs advanced.
That's what we wanted. That's why the Power Gladius is the best knife in this game currently. Also just very fast and for a balanced weapon. That's
The hive mind low tower. Swapping magazine. Tyranny. Ammunition cache here. Changing magazine. Another Xenos Bioform.
perfect. Now, since the ammo boxes in this game are a percentage restore of your total ammo, since we have such a fat magazine capacity, we're getting like, or not magazine capacity, ammo reserve option. We are getting like 90 shots back per box, which is really good. Usually you're out of ammo by this portion anyways. It's like a boss spawn. At least in the solo.
Fresh munitions. Squad, first waypoint ahead. Let us enter the camp. Reporting in. Team has arrived at the Imperial Guard camp.
Salasa, you need to acquire the Astra Militarum demolition codes required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise.
Sweep complete, but nothing here. I have the codes, brothers. Captain, demolition codes are secure.
Proceed to
Alright, we're check for a
the
relic back
refinery
here.
and complete the demolition preparations.
Oh, no relic. Yeah. Wild spawn zone throw, we can handle that.
Commencing all-space scan. Zone throw. Fortify your psyche. That one calls for reinforcement. Our foe will not best us with numbers. The stench is sick, but the beast is dead. Fresh magazine in. You are fertilized now, Xenos. grenade. Hive beast here. Changing magazine.
Okay. Go to the field.
Ammunition cache.
We got. I am curious to see how much this will do against this Neurothrope, though. You know, it's pretty much identical to the other one. I'm still a tad bit curious. Usually Auspex plus that is a very strong option. Armor. That's nice, like that.
Paths are clear and codex compliant. Shock grenade. Exterminate. Swapping magazine. Scanning. Disgusting tyranny scum. Alien trespasser sight. Tyranid menace annihilated. Pathetic tyranny. This is where we sow the enemy's defeat, brothers. See no firefall. Swapping magazine. Lictor on all specs. Kill that foe lest it summon aid.
Oh, okay. Not yet.
To the core.
That's okay. I overestimated the amount of damage it's going to do on the Shadow Stab. Alright.
For the start. You are fertilizer now, Xenos. Changing magazine. Alien trespasser sight. Silence that burning call for more of its foul breath.
You can definitely feel the damage buff plus the balance distribution buff as well. Feels good. Let's go and
Hive beast here. Reloading. Pathetic tyrannid abomination. Swapping magazine. Fresh magazine in.
Talassa, Canadians are running out of time. How close are you to the Promethean facility?
Arriving at the objective now.
You are making good time. We are going to need it.
Let us finish what the Cadians started.
Use the codes to prime the bomb and finish its deployment into the Great Promethean well. Cautiously, if you know what is good for you.
Rearming. Disgusting tyranny.
Right, melt the bomb. That's nice. That. This should be a pretty easy portion.
Deployment has begun.
Rights of activation have been
We could go check for the relic down here.
Machine God's name.
I don't know if we'll need it, but tactical is pretty squishy. Boss bombs can be a little dangerous. Let's see. Right, nothing there.
Alien trespasser sighted. Rot, tyrannid scum. Changing the whole generator 3, brothers.
Biological accumulation in Generator 3. Probable avian infestation.
Okay.
Together we can secure that generator once more.
X-axis aligned. By Omniscience will.
The first leg of this race is behind us. Picking up extra rounds. Xenos, but let us keep that swarm from ever reaching Generator 4.
Warning. Violent dismantling of Generator 4 in progress. Punish the ignorant iconoclasts. Y-axis aligned. Margin of error 0.0 nanometers. Blessed be the Omniscience divine precision.
Progress is progress, brothers. We are almost there.
I've been sending a lot of snipers at me, which is kind of annoying, but we do also have the fuck you sniper gun, so all the ranged weapons, or should be not the ranged weapons, the ranged enemies in Space Marine 2 all take more range damage, which is why they usually die so much more quickly. Just if you headshot them, like most things in this game.
We are ready to ambush the enemy.
There is an observation platform overlooking the Promethean fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
I've been saying the Power Gladius here, that'd be nice. Armor boost.
No telling what surprises await. Ammunition cache here. Subterranean Xenos below. Lictor has us in its sights. Reserve forces, halted. We will do it and its allies.
little close.
To mobilize reinforcements. Eliminate. Brace yourself, brothers. More are incoming. Exterminate.
This should wipe out these Minoras here.
We made the lictor disappear. For good. Mark this position. Swapping magazine.
Alright, stim. Nice. Now we don't have Admin Hunter, which would give us more damage overall having gotten on the pop tree, but we do have better ammo reserves this way. It's nice. Let's grab this. And see if we get a boss spawn up here. We have a stim, so I'm not too worried. And our rapid health perk did trigger to give us back some HP. That's the one downside of not taking heightened vigor, is like sometimes you will just get bopped around by the stun lock, and Raveners plus Lictors can be pretty mean on that. That should reload our gun. What do we get?
Reloading.
Alright, no boss here. We still have 2 more triggers though.
Changing magazine.
We have arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can.
On my honor, I will ensure your mission is a success.
I will hold you to that.
Okay. Gotta be a little careful here.
All space flagged in Europe. All specs tagged as overthrow. Xenos Psyker outmatched by Codex tactics. Lictor, sneaky high fiend.
Oh, Ravenous spooky. Okay, we're gonna have to.
This lictor stalks the silence that for more
Oh, there we go. Well, that was convenient.
resist the tyranny wave throws.
That was not convenient. We're just gonna use him here.
Pathetic tyranny.
Alright, give me that damage. I was trying to push the Ravener back into the bomb, which did work out just like I wanted it to, but I was not expecting to get a 2-for-1er. Very nice. Of course, I didn't nuke him.
Rearming. You are fertilizer now, Xenos.
Okay,
Big magazine.
that wasn't too bad. I was a little worried, but it all worked out in the end.
Picking up extra rounds. Exterminate. Rearming. My Auspex cannot even compute their numbers.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna grab our ammo in this box, and then go check that box to see a, or grab it at the loadout station. Because when you have more ammo in this game, the boxes here are less likely to give you ammunition and stuff. So, alright, we got frag insects right out of a. We had no equipment. But the boxes will have a higher percentage chance of giving you like a stim if you're low HP. And if you're maxed out on ammo, armor, and your equipment as well. So this one will maybe give us a stim, or my auto positive ammo. Oh, there we go, stim shots. That's a new pickup. And once you break open a box, you have like a 130-second cooldown, like a 1 minute 30-second cooldown, I should say.
Main swarm sighted. We await your
Until you can
signal.
find one again. Well, you can find another one, but it's just very
We
unlikely.
need that bomb triggered for optimal yield.
Okay.
Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done.
This final portion here should be pretty easy. We got rid of the bosses.
I see them coming, brothers. Plenty for everyone. Reloading. Deploying frag grenade.
The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the predicted path. Continue holding.
Pathetic tyranny. Stand resolute against the Xenos. The refinery needs cover. Changing magazine. Ordnance away.
Ow. Hey, it works out.
Another Xenos bioform eliminated.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
You are fertilizer now, Xenos. Swapping magazine. Swarm moving on our position. Rearming.
The swarm is almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Disgusting tyranny scum. Fresh magazine in.
Should be a wrap. We'll see what else it sends at us, but
You are
oh,
clear
there we
to
go.
detonate.
Perfect.
Cook those rotten bastards.
Yes, Captain. You heard him.
Might get an extremis spawn at the end, but we don't really care that much. Honestly, we could probably just pop a stim shot and just walk to the exit if we wanted to.
We have laid waste to the enemy. A fine victory.
Tyranid biosigns down 90% and fall. Swarm annihilation confirmed. Excellent work. Move to extract. Extraction complete.
And that is probably the best Marksman Carbine setup for patch 12. At least in terms of damage. Secure stockpile could be better for like blowing shit up, but far as your actual Marksman Carbine goes, that's probably the best setup you're going to get. And Power Gladius still king. That weapon, godly. Especially for current effects. And Hellbrutes. How much damage we did there? Like quite a bit. Yeah, 60,000 range damage. That's about right.